My history. My family first settled in America in 1619. They were Dutch Huguenots fleeing from religious persecution in Europe. We think that the English pilgrims are illegal aliens. So I'm from an old New York family, 20 generations or so. Nevertheless, I went and got a law degree from Yale. I went to Oxford. I went to Palm Beach Atlantic's Rinker School of Business for an MBA. I did some Wall Street finance. I never practiced much law. I found myself in Russia in 1992 when the USSR collapsed, and I've been through this movie where a very rich country has been stripped by the communists, and you have a chaotic situation of a very rich country having to fix itself, A, politically through violence, and B, splitting up the assets. So I bought a cheap TV station in Moscow, built it out over 10 years, anchoring a huge CTC network, and we took it public on Wall Street in 2006. So I did my duty in the wild, wild west in a chaotic Russian regime change. So I've had the experience. And so my big mistake was not buying Lukoil, the state oil company, which was privatized. You could have bought certificates, made a lot of money. This could be a model for Venezuela's state oil company, PDVSA. I didn't buy oil, but I stayed in media narrow ways. But later, we went into Iraq in 2003. We took the Iraqi state oil company to Amman, Jordan, but we couldn't make any money. There was too many people getting killed there. But I learned a lot about the oil business. Came about that in 2019, the Venezuelan people came to me and they said, we think we have a great new biodegradable technology. We can make green oil. We can replace toxic hydrochloric acid stimulations for all oil wells, no matter what grade oil. So I'm going to give you a little sample of oil types. Oil wells always clog up. You have obstructions like hydrates, you have waxes, you have paraffins. Every oil well is going to jam up. Every transportation pipe, every storage facility is going to get huge sludge deposits. Thus, you need to constantly scrub and clean them and remove obstructions to keep moving your oil. So we invented a biodegradable cleaner out of plant oil. Most of it's 80% soy oil. It could be palm oil, it could be corn oil. It could be made anywhere in the world. We can clean out all oil wells with our green, eco-friendly, biodegradable technology. So we tested in the oil fields. It can be trucked and shipped in standard 20 by 40 sea containers, so you can drive it, ship it anywhere in the world without pipelines or tankers. We tested in Venezuela. Nobody should know this, but Rosneft did a test program with PDVSA, 10 wells using hydrochloric acid, 10 similar wells using our green technology. Each well produced 400 barrels of oil per day. We increased oil production 25%, no hazmat costs. We shut down the wells only 4 times, which was 12 days of lost oil production as opposed to 36 days of lost oil production using hydrochloric acid. So we saved Rosneft about $3 million per well. We had a huge value propositions. So we took this technology and we patented it worldwide. The interesting thing is while we were doing this, we didn't realize that this would be relevant to Venezuela, but our biodegradable formula also breaks carbon chains. It can move the grade of crude oil from 10 API up to 19 or 20 API weight oil, which is viscous and movable through pipelines to tanker ships. So I'm going to give you a lesson in oil types and why Venezuela's got problems, why I can get out of its problems, I hope. So if you bear with me, we have, as you can see, samples of extra heavy crude oil, heavy light crude oil, and light oil. This is on the very right side. This is very heavy crude. This is what you find in the Orinoco belt. It's about 10 weight API, 10 weight. It will sink in water. You can't move it. You have to mix it or dilute it with something else, either gas oil or light API oil. Mix it, dilute it in a toll blender so you can then ship it to a refiner that is built to refine this heavy crude oil. This is what Venezuela used to do, but not anymore. This is part of the problem and also maybe a pathway to the solution. This is the Orinoco belt. This is the crown jewel of Venezuela. You can see there's 300 billion barrels of oil reserves. 25% of the world's oil reserves lie in the Orinoco belt, but 10 weight oil, 10 API. It cannot be moved without being mixed. Every oil company in the world wants in. Don't believe it when they say it's uninvestable. Every oil company in the world, from Statoil to Rosneft to most of our U.S. companies, were in the Orinoco Belt through 2017. So don't believe the lie that the majors aren't interested. This is a gold mine. Before sanctions, this is what Venezuela was doing in those days. The Orinoco Belt had 3 export tanker docks, but the oil was too thick. They couldn't move it. But they also had Lake Maracaibo in the north with light, sweet 36 API. They would pipe that light oil to the Orinoco Belt and mix it in toll blenders, and they would ship it and mixed oil through pipelines to docks to tanker ships to take it to all the world's refineries. Now, part 2. You still need to refine heavy oil. So all oil refineries are built to refine only a certain specific weight of oil. And if you get it up to 16 to 24 API, only Citgo USA can handle it. But Citgo has all the old Getty gas stations. It has 4,000 distribution outlets for its gasoline in the United States. So Venezuela's PDVSA bought Citgo right up the street here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and Lake Charles to refine the heavy Orinoco Belt and sell it in the United States. It was a brilliant acquisition. When Venezuela got embargoed, they stopped shipping the Lake Maracaibo 36 weight oil to the Orinoco Belt and started shipping it out directly to refiners to earn foreign exchange money. That is where the 50 million barrels of oil the Trump administration seized came from, Lake Maracaibo region. In the Orinoco Belt down south, Rosneft was only off-taking 200,000 barrels a day. The Orinoco Belt used to produce 3.5 million barrels a day. It used to be the second biggest OPEC producer. This field is now producing little. The Chinese are maybe taking 400,000 barrels a day, and the Russians are probably not paying anything. They're probably out of the game now. The infrastructure is rotting out. All these oil wells are jammed up with heavyweight oil. The pipeline, storage, and docking infrastructure are all decayed. It's a sad story, but what's the solution? We at Nano-Tech now have a great green new technology to start diluting 10 API oil and off-taking it immediately by truck. We don't need pipelines. There's another problem. Venezuela's state oil company, PDVSA, bought Citgo in the USA to refine and distribute their heavy oil, but Elliott Management Fund is trying to strip it. Elliott Management Fund is trying to strip Citgo from PDVSA in a U.S. court proceeding for a windfall profit of billions of dollars. And we just learned at Davos 2026 that the Trump administration has blocked that Citgo acquisition. So while our Nano-Tech biodegradable, eco-friendly technology is an immediate solution to monetizing the Orinoco Belt heavy oil, we have to wait until the Trump administration in Venezuela and Venezuela's PDVSA state oil company work things out. This is so geopolitically important to both Venezuela and the United States, and really to the world. But Nano-Tech will be ready to move into Venezuela's Orinoco Belt when this all works out and mix and offtake oil in a matter of months, not years. We are a quick fix solution. We don't need to wait. So stay tuned.